There is certain charm in every season. Although most people prefer summertime, I believe that there is unparalleled beauty in winter. Although not everything is great about it, sometimes in winter you wake up to, or even help create, the winter morning melody, which is the sound of scraping ice off cars' windshields and the sound of shovels hitting the asphalt. And I've got a feeling we're going to compose that song tomorrow morning. However, there is a ton of interesting and enjoyable things which we can do in winter time. This is the time of year when you can smell cinnamon, mulled wine, and my favorite, the smell of snow. Snow is very powerful in bringing back memories. And this smell takes me back to my childhood. When we were children, we couldn't wait that the snow would cover the grass, because that was the sign that we could go out skiing. And it was the first thing in the morning and the last thing before we went to bed. We would constantly look out the window, through the frozen window, and we would check out how much snow had fallen. And when there was enough snow, we would head out and we would sled and ski and play until it was completely dark. We returned to the house covered in snow, completely cold and wet, but with a big smile on our face. I started skiing when I was 4 years old and switched to snowboarding when I was 14. And that smell was always the sign that the season is open. And yet, today, my friends and I, we are still adrenaline addicted. And we are anxious to see enough snowfall so we can descend from a nearby hill. At least 1 meter of snow has to fall in order to cover all the rocks and all the branches and broken trees. It's rocky and rough terrain, so when that happens, it's a holiday. It's an experience that has to be earned, though. It takes from 1 hour to 2 hours of intensive walking uphill. And when we do walk uphill, you can only hear the gentle whisper of the forest, the snow creaking beneath our boots, and our heavy breathing. You can also see us breathing, because normally it's between -5 to -10 degrees. And every time you exhale, you leave behind a small cloud of breath. But they say that in life it's not important how many breaths you take. What makes life significant are the moments that take your breath away. And when you reach the summit, the joy of finally getting up there is exceeded by the spectacular view that meets your breath. All around you, everything is covered with snowflakes which are bathing in the sun. And the light is reflecting off them. It looks like you are standing in the middle of millions of diamonds. You can see both Siczka and Poljanska Valley, and way beyond that. It looks as though the nature is having its peaceful rest covered with a soft white blanket. Like the whole region would put on a layer of perfect makeup. And your heart, when you look at this, is playing Beethoven's Ode of Joy. But the best part is on the way down. When we strap our feet into our boots and our snowboards, close our zippers, put our helmets on, there's only a few words exchanged between our friends. We just say, have a good one, and Godspeed, good luck. We bump our fists, and as we hit the slope, the party starts. We are laughing and shouting and screaming from excitement while we charge through the forests and over long lawns. We are trying our best not to hit the trees or land on our faces. We are jumping over roads and carving trails in places no one did before. It's 20 to 30 minutes of pure downhill free-ride adrenaline experience. And it's great. One more thing you can do in the wintertime is you can walk on water. And with that, I mean that you can walk on ice. You can, for example, go by foot on the island of Bled, which is the cheapest way and therefore my favorite. I tried that for the first time nearly 3 years ago. And from the beginning, I must say that I was a bit scared, a bit reserved, because let's face it, that's still ice. And from the beginning, I was walking a bit slowly, but as I took a look along And then I began to relax and started enjoying myself. But due to its expansion and contraction, the ice cover from time to time makes a loud sound, sometimes as loud as a firecracker. And you can even feel the shock with your feet. And if you look at the surface, there's cracks everywhere, which is completely normal, but it still makes you think. But in places where there is no snow to cover the ice, you can see the water and the bubbles beneath your feet, and you feel like Jesus walking on water. However, the next time when that smell of snow hits your nostrils, you have two choices. You can either get all grumpy about it, or you can put your warm, puffy winter clothes on, head outdoors, and become a part of this wonderful winter miracle, and let the child in you have a celebration.